Hello, hello, Elevate family. Episode 105, Relentless. So what is it, September 6th, 7:01? I'm looking over here at Shar. 7:01 on a Wednesday. And this is episode 105. Thanks for coming on. Please chime in and let us know who you are. You guys know the drill. Hey, Mother Brenda, it's great to see you. Who's with you, Mother Brenda? Who's with you today? So today, super excited about this one. Like always, I really excited about this one. I cannot. I don't have enough time really. Aunt Stephanie's on great. Shay, even after getting beat down, Shay is loyal and she's coming on. Where is Andre? That's all I want to know. Just want to know where Andre is. Great to see you, Ann. Great to see you. So I got some things to share, of course, but I'm super excited about today's topic. I just wish sometimes I can't wait to it's just anyway. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole. So
she said whatever.
Oh, what did she say? Shay
Whatever.
say whatever. So anyway, you know this was coming, Shay. It's great to see Tamika, Aunt Stephanie, Mother Brenda. It's great to see you guys. And Shay, tell Andre to stop hiding. He needs to get on the call. So anyway, here we are on a beautiful Wednesday after Labor Day. What did you guys do? My parents are on. Hello, hello. What did you guys do for Labor Day? We got a little time. Why don't y'all share what you guys did for Labor Day? If you did anything, it might have been just relaxing. Might have just been about just kicking back and having a good time. Shay said he's on now. Okay, all right. All right. So what is Elevate? And I want to share a little story before we get started, but I wanted to kind of kick in. What we're going to be discussing today is what does it mean to be relentless? Who is Tim S. Grover? The three characters defined by Grover. The profile of a relentless person, and what do you need to be relentless? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Uh, uh, Mother Brenda says she enjoyed some great barbecue. Thank you, thank you. Anybody else do anything? Tamika says she relaxed and worked on her book. That's awesome, man. You know I'm buying the first few copies. Andre came on like a man. He's going to take his abuse. Great job, Andre. Mr. Roundtree. So very, very good. We had a little get together at the house, and that's why I'm so elated to see Andre on, because we had little spades going on, and my Aunt Dana was over here with her boo, and Shay and Andre were over, and we had like a little spade tournament, kind of. It wasn't officially a spades tournament, but I just have to give a shout out to how great a job Andre and Shay did. They took out in a very, very intense game. They took out Aunt Dana and her boo. So it was intense. I already in my mind, I already chalked up. Okay, they're gonna Dana and Ben are gonna win, and we're gonna be playing them next. And then they came back, and they came back with some strategy, and they just put a whooping on them. I mean, they put a whooping on them like it was. Well, I ain't gonna say that, but back in the day, they put a whooping on them. That's all I'm gonna say. It was bad. So then we sit down, and we did pretty good. You know, this is when I post the fake humility. This is so. So I told him, I said, I'm not going to talk a whole bunch of noise. But anyway, we beat him, and then we played him again, and we were really smacking him around. And then Andre had a great strategy, and he came up on us, and we ended up winning by 3 points. So a win is a win is a win. So I gave him credit for the strategy, but the strategy only counts if you win. So that was our holiday. Finally cooked some barbecue and didn't burn it. So Shar kind of always gets on me about burning the barbecue. So very excited about today. So we had a great holiday. I think all of us were dragging the next day. We were dragging. I was dragging. So what is Elevate? We talk about Elevate as a coaching company. We talk about Elevate. We're big on developing leaders. Um, I've been in this business leadership for 30 years. I started at a young age and learned a lot of butt kickings, a lot of learnings, a lot of things that it would take me days. I mean, days and weeks to tell you stories. I'm sure Shar gets tired of hearing, but every once in a while she'll say something that'll spark a story, and I'll tell her some story. Uh, Shay says she's eating ribs now. So it was, and then Shar's been in a business analyst, and she's been in project management for at least 10 years. I want to say 11 at this point. We've been married 3, so I've been saying 10 for 3 years. So it's been a while. She's been doing it. She also has her own cupcake company, and we just mailed out a shipment of cupcakes for my supervisor. Cookie. Oh yeah, we couldn't mail cupcakes, so we did cookies and brownies for him. We did it for the corporate office, and they were so good that he said, "Hey, listen, ship some to my house." So we shipped some to his house. So I wish we could figure out a way to get cupcakes, because it is a cupcake business, but the brownies and cookies are popular too. So they tore them up. They tore up the ones for the corporate office. He's going to tear up these ones that we sent him. So he should get them tomorrow or something like that. Mm-hmm. So very, very, very. That's what Elevate is. Who are we? We kind of sketched on it, stepped on it a little bit, or talked about it a little bit about who we are. But what really defines us is that we want you to win. I'm in a leadership training class right now, and my graduation date, they call it commencement, is going to be October 8th, I believe, and it might be the 16th or 17th, but it's in October, and it's going to be in Dallas, and it's a year-long process, and one of the things they ask you is you have to, at the end, give your higher purpose statement. And right now, me and my coach that I work with, he's working with me to get a higher purpose statement. But one of the things that we put in there on the rough draft is that I have a strong desire. Hey, I'll look at him. Mr. Roundtree said, "Love you guys." That's what I talk about, man. There's only so many people in this world that can take a beat down like that and then say something positive on the podcast. That's awesome, man. Great job.
That's because he's saying.
So anyway, one of the things on that higher purpose statement is, I really want to see people win. I really have a strong desire to see people win. And I've been criticized over my career of wanting it more than the person that I'm trying to coach. So it's just been when you're really passionate about something, it's hard to draw back and it's hard to hide that passion. And so this is why we do these broadcasts. So Cupcake and a Smile, there goes Shar. LLC, we ship. Go here, cupcakeandasmile.com to place your order if you want support to support us, but are not in the greater Houston area. Cupcakeandasmile.com. There you go. There you go. So at the end of the day, that's who we are. So what are we going to discuss today? We talked about it. What does it mean to be relentless? Who is Tim S. Grover? This is like a hybrid. Some of this stuff is coming from the book Relentless and Tim S. Grover, From Good to Great to Unstoppable. And it's a mixture of some stuff that I've experienced. But I really like this guy, and we're going to talk about a little bit about him. Tim S. Grover. Has anybody heard of Tim S. Grover? If you have heard of Tim S. Grover, please put a 1 down if you have heard of Tim S. Grover. Shar, have you heard of Tim S. Grover? Mm-hmm. I just heard about him recently. That's why I love doing this, because I learned so much. Man, it's awesome. But if you've heard of Tim S. Grover, please put a 1 down. So Tim S. Grover, who is this guy? Let's talk about what does it mean to be relentless first. Relentless, a state of mind that can give you the strength to achieve, to survive, to overcome, to be strong when others are not. It means craving the end result so intensely that the work becomes irrelevant. The ability to be relentless is in all of us. It is the ability to repeat that result over and over, season after season, never satisfied, never letting up. That makes you relentless. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about relentless. Now, who is Tim S. Grover? He's actually a trainer. He's actually a trainer. He's trained a lot of different athletes, but the one that he'll be forever known for is training Michael Jordan. So Michael Jordan was some of your guys, and I know everybody's not sports, but please bear with me because to me this is such a great story. So Michael Jordan early in his career was getting beat up by the Pistons. He was thin, he was wiry, he could fly through the air, but they were beating him up, and he got so tired of it, he wanted somebody to train him, and he interviewed this guy, Tim S. Grover, and that's when he hired him. He had a 15-year relationship with this guy. He was so impressed with this guy. The first 3 years, he would pay Tim S. Grover not to train anybody else. So they would ask him, how much do you pay Tim S. Grover? He says, I don't pay Tim S. Grover to train me. I pay him to not train anybody else. So you can just imagine, this is the guy. And I love this story because I always say not one person can get you there. You have to have a team of people. And when people think of Michael Jordan, they think of just Michael Jordan. But Michael Jordan had a great coach. Michael Jordan had a great trainer. Michael Jordan had a great a sidekick. So there was a team of people around Michael. And just think about it. This guy was so important to him, he paid him not to work with anybody else. Now, later on in Tim S. Grover's career, he worked with Kobe Bryant. So Kobe Bryant wins the 3 rings with Shaq, and then he goes on this 7, I think it was 6 years or so. He didn't win a championship at all. Guess who he calls? He calls Tim S. Grover. Dwayne Wade, he worked with Dwayne Wade. This guy is powerful. His work ethic is phenomenal. The way he coaches and talks to these guys, he reaches them. And his parents come from India. He comes from humble beginnings. I think he grew up in London, but this guy is a powerful dude. And he wrote a couple books, one called Winning and the other one called Relentless. So that's who Tim Grover is. I wanted to make sure I just didn't whiz over anything. There's some other people he trained. There's some other people, other sports he trained, but those are the ones that really sparked my curiosity. So, and when he trained them, that's important. It was before the 6 rings that he trained Michael Jordan. It was before the 2 rings by Kobe Bryant without Shaq that he trained him. I think it was right after Dwayne Wade's championship, the first one. But then he started training him again right before he won the other 2 with LeBron James. So this guy is phenomenal about getting people to go to the next level. Any questions so far? Are you guys awake? Because my biggest fear is that I'm excited and you're not. This is the book. This is a hybrid. We're not just talking straight from the book. But if you're there, please type in a 1. Did I put you in sleep, Shar? You all right? Shar's tired. I can tell she's tired. Maybe I'm feeling her more than I'm feeling you guys, but she's tired. So Relentless, we said who is Tim S. Grover. But in his book, he talks about, thank you. In his book, he talks about 3 characters. And he says in his subtitle, from good to great to unstoppable. Well, he says the good is a cooler. That's what he says. He says the good is a cooler. And he says they tell you how to do things. They celebrate the most with the cleanest jersey. That's what he calls a cooler. He says the great, he calls them closers. He says the great, they get you to the end result as long as there's not a whole bunch of variables. He says those are what he calls closers. But he says the unstoppable, he calls them a cleaner. He says they have a bunch of individual and team awards. He says they raise the productivity of people around them, and they know how to stop and let others dominate. So they know when to pull back, they know when to get in. And they're great over and over and over again. We wouldn't be buying Jordans. Be honest, I don't have a pair of Jordans, but we wouldn't be buying Jordans if he won 1 championship. We're buying because he did 2 3-peats, So the greatness is what causes us. We feel like we're going to be great if we step in those shoes, or we want to be identified with greatness. But either way, this guy was the guy behind the scenes. So that is who Tim Grover is, and those are the 3 characters.
We have a question.
What's the question?
What is the difference between a coach and a trainer?
Okay, did I miss that? All right. So the difference between a coach and a trainer. So the coach is running the team. The trainer will work out the individual on their own. Uh, Jordan is the one that ones. What I'm saying is that after the game is over, this is after the practices. The trainer would help with physical ailments, getting his body ready, but he would also be that guy that would push that athlete. Okay, another workout. We're going to run lines. He is like a personal coach. That's the best way to put it. But he was also, he has a master's degree in training. So he was also well equipped to help with the ailments if you had knee injuries and all that kind of stuff. But he didn't just put them in an ice bath. He actually worked them out. He pushed them. He pushed them to the point of no return. And that's Tom Brady had a trainer. He had his own personal trainer. And Jordan was kind of one of the first people to do that. He was one of the first people to have that personal trainer, at least in the NBA. So this is what the difference. Is that clear? I hope that's clear, Mother Brenda. I hope that's clear. He's like a personal trainer that helps with the physical ailments, and he also works them out and gets them ready. And he deals with the mental because he was big on the mental. All right. Shar said, I am not tired. My eyes are dry. Oh, excuse me. All right. She just had to let the world know, y'all, that she's not tired. All right. So at the end, the next thing I wanted to talk about is the profile of a relentless person. I thought this was so interesting. I hope you guys, because after this, please listen to this and you tell me which one is your favorite. So I'm going to go down here, and it's the profile of a cleaner, which he calls the unstoppable. When you're a cleaner, you keep pushing yourself harder when everyone else has had enough. That's number one. Number two, you get into the zone, you shut out everything else and control the uncontrollable. Number three, you know exactly who you are. Number four, you have a dark side that refuses to be taught to be good. I love that one. Number five, you're not intimidated by pressure. You thrive in it. Number six, whenever everyone is hitting the in case of emergency button, they all are looking for you. Number seven, you don't compete with anyone. You find your opponent's weakness and you attack. Different mentality. You find that weakness and you attack. Number eight, you make decisions, not suggestions. You know the answer while everyone else is still asking questions. Number nine, you don't have to love the work because you're addicted to the results. That's powerful. You don't have to love the work. You're just addicted to the results. 10, you'd rather be feared than liked. 11, you trust very few people, and those you trust better never let you down. The ones that you do trust never let you down. Small circles. You don't deal with big circles. 12, you don't recognize failure. You know there's more than one way to get what you want. You look at those failures as learning experiences. And the last one, you don't celebrate your achievements because you always want more. That's powerful. So if you can, I don't want to read all those again, but if you had one and you can kind of remember what it was, type it in there. I'd love to hear some of your opinions, but it's definitely a different mentality when you see somebody win over and over and over again. Think about it. I mean, there's greats, right? What's the lady? Oh, y'all gonna kill me. I can't think of her name right now. The two sisters, Venus and Serena Williams, Tom Brady. Shay said 5, 6, 7, 11, and 12. You must be in school, Shay. Ann said number 2. Let me see what that was. Shay picked so many. I don't know. I'm gonna read a couple of them. Two is you get into the zone, you shut out everything else and control the uncontrollable. Shay put 6 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She said 5, 6, and 7. You're not intimidated by pressure. You thrive in it. Shay was doing homework while she was getting beaten spades. Wasn't she doing homework at the same time? Kind of. So at the end of the day, that is the profile, the 720. My goodness. That is the profile of a relentless person. Now, this is the part I really like, and I hope I don't go over. I'm going to make sure I end at the right time. But what does it take? what do you need to be relentless? And the things that I put in here, these are easy. One is desire. You just have to desire it first, right? You got to desire. And I remember talking to a guy the other day, and the gentleman was talking about why he can't do this and can't do that. And I said, well, you got to want it, man. Nobody can make you want it. You got to want it. You got to desire it. And I love one of these quotes. And this is a quote. I don't know if Shar heard me say this, but there's a quote that says, desire finds the time. If you desire something, you will find the time for it. You really will. Desire finds the time. One of my favorite quotes. So you got to want it, right? You got to have a desire. Number two is you got to be committed. Committed to the cause because you have a lot of work to do. So you got to be committed. And there's this little thing called, if you want to have skill, it's talent times effort, right? Talent times effort equals skills. But skill times effort equals achievement. So talent times effort equals skills, but skills times effort equals achievement. So if you want achievement, you need twice the effort, right? So the work has to be important, but it's the end result that you're fighting for. And I love this because you guys know where I stand. I'm a Christian, but there's a powerful verse that says, it was for the joy that set before him that he endured the cross. The cross is one of the worst things you can go through, right? But it was the joy. He saw what would happen if he sacrificed and died on the cross. And he didn't mind putting the work in, right? Because he saw it. And that's how it is with people that are cleaners. They don't mind the work because they're looking at the end result. Very, very important point. This next one, you guys might not like it, but I call it an FU attitude mixed with curiosity and determination. That's the third point. You got to have an FU attitude mixed with curiosity and determination. So what I mean by that is everybody's going to say something, right? And that's, you got to be like, okay, whatever. You think what you think. And I'm going to tell you some of the times I've messed up in my career is when I listen to other people. Now, I'm not going to say you don't listen to other people because other words, what's the point of us being on here, right? But you got to be careful who you listen to because it can take you down a whole nother road, a whole nother lane, a whole nother highway. And the next thing you know, it's hard to get back to where you were. So an FU attitude mixed with curiosity and determination. And then the last one is that dark side. You got to have that dark side. And that dark side is like you're willing to do stuff that people will be like, man, this guy is crazy. This guy is extreme. They're extremists are usually cleaners. They're cleaners. So the four are desire, committed, and then in that commitment, you got to understand there's a whole bunch of work, right? Who is that I just saw? In that commitment, you got to see that there's a whole bunch of work. And in that work, it's to equal some skills, you got to have talent and effort. And then to have achievement, you got to have skill and effort. Talent and effort equals skills. Skill and effort equals achievement. And then you got to have that FU attitude, right? It's that FU attitude mixed with curiosity and determination. And then it's that dark side where you're willing to go places that nobody else will go. You're willing to do things that other people would think you're insane, extreme, out of your mind, And I always think of the Wright brothers just because I'm scared of crashing in a plane. I can't imagine crashing as many times as they did. I just couldn't, And then think about it. When they did succeed, they got higher and higher and higher and higher. And then I started thinking, you had to think in their mind, they got to be like, oh, man, if we fall now, But those Wright brothers, just extreme, So at the end of the day, that's what Relentless is all about. I hope that you get the book. I hope that you find an area in your life that you can be relentless in. For me, is what I do for a living, which I train and develop folk, and it's a mess. I tell Char all the time, because she'll hear the stories and she'll have her opinions, and I'm like, well, this is a messy, dirty, nasty job, but I love it. I love it. I love it with everything in me. I love it when things are not going well. I love it when things are going well. I just love seeing people grow and I love the challenge. I love it. I love it. I love it. So at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, being relentless. Let me know. Put a one down if you got anything out of it. I hope I didn't say too much, Mr. Roundtree. I kept it at a minimum. I'm older now, so I don't say as much noise. I don't talk as much noise as I used to. But hopefully, put a one down if you got anything out of it. Please like and share. Please like and share. Uh, oh, look at RD is on. What's going on, RD? Shay is on. Ann is on. Really appreciate it, guys. I committed to RD. I was gonna come down. I have been thinking this for years, decades, to go down to Arizona, and it's going good, man. It's going good. We ate a lot of barbecue and had a great time. And you missed, if you, I don't know if you caught the beginning of it. We played some spades, so we had some fun. So, but I definitely want to come down there, and I don't even want anything. I just want to be in the environment. You ever been like that? You just want to be in the environment, you know. So, I look forward to that. Uh, you mean cupcakes? You see that, Char? So we definitely gonna have to bring some cupcakes down. So it's 7:27. We're gonna give you 3 minutes back. I really appreciate you guys coming on. Remember our slogan: be intentional, focus on growth. You know I'm getting tired. I had a rough day, y'all. I can't believe it. Be intentional, focus on growth, and elevate now. And like and share, like and share, like and share. Thank you guys for coming on. I really appreciate it.